What's going on, people? It's GBP baby, and today is this is our first backtesting video. There's going to be a lot more of these because this is what I used to do when I was first starting with ICT concepts, because I used to preach it all the time. Make sure you go into the charts, draw out everything you see, fair value gaps, order blocks, breakers, breaks of structure, highs, lows. So that's what we're going to be doing, really. It's not a matter of testing the strategies for necessarily trading, but it's being able to recognize these things, which is really important, so that when we are forward testing, which means we're looking at live price action, we're more likely to anticipate certain things happening. So I suggest you sit back, relax, watch this video, because this is how I'm able to continuously call the market and be so confident in my trades and executions. So yeah, we're just looking at euro dollar. This is May the 1st. This is as far as my data actually lets me go. But I am planning on subscribing very soon. So once that's done, we'll have a lot more data to play with. But we're using the 5-minute chart because we're looking at intraday. And we're just going to work through this week. I don't know how long it's going to take. I want these videos to be around 30 minutes max. So we'll see. But obviously we start with Monday, work our way through to Friday. And we're just going to mark out things that we see that we can... we'll see what we can see really, and just mark it out. And with the way I'm annotating my charts here, I suggest you guys go do it yourself, because that's what allows you to fully and completely learn and understand the way that price is working. But yeah, this is how I learned. I'd say it's just that I've been slacking recently because, you know, it's easy to lose focus and to forget that this is how you should really be practicing, you know. So it's nice to get back to it. But yeah, I'm probably going to be not going to be talking too much. There's not much necessarily to say. Yeah, it's just going to be a matter of recognizing relative equal highs, recognizing relative equal lows, and the way that price trades to these levels, and understanding market structure in general. So that's what we're going to be doing. So we got some relative equal highs here. Here. Draw that right out. And you'll see these lines. The yellow section, which is I got 1 a.m. to 5 a.m., that's London kill zone. Blue section, that's New York kill zone. And then this is London close is 11 a.m. till 12. So I've marked out all of those very clearly so that we have an idea of where we are on each day. You'll notice that there's not going to be any higher time frame analysis because there's no need. We're just looking at intraday price action and the way that price trades within these ranges. So yeah, put that in the middle, center, and we might make... But I do suggest definitely doing this yourself, so, because again, it really helps you. It allows you to understand the way that price is moving and why it's drawing to these locations, and you can start to understand how price, you know, really breaks structure. You know, BOS is going to mean break of structure. Actually, no, that's not even a fair value gap. That's a breakaway gap, isn't it? Because we didn't trade back to it. But yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to see how the series does. I do plan. I really want to make these episodes as much as possible because I need to put the practice in myself. Like, you know, it's not... I should be practicing more, so I should be doing more practice when it comes to my analysis, but I don't, because again, it's quite boring, not gonna lie. So I'll be surprised if you guys sit through it. But again, this could just be on in the background. You could be doing something else. You could be cooking or something. And it's just good to look and see what I have my eyes on. and again, the times that these things are happening. Like, look, we start London session here. Let me make this a bit more thicker. We start London session here, and you can see we traded higher. So this is a false move, isn't it? Let's have a look at this range. Offered a premium. So we have this fair value gap here, and we have this fair value gap here. I'm going to mark out the 50% of the range, because when you're looking at things like this, you want to make sure that you're trading, that these entries are coming in above the 50% level of the total range that you're trading in. Otherwise, it's not a premium offering. So it's good to have those marked out as well. And you'll see that I'll be saving these images, and I'll be saving them to a folder so that I can refer back to them, have a look at what I've noted. And it's the more you look at these things, you recognize them, the better you're going to see price action in the future. This is a breaking market structure here. It's very consolidated around here. Relative equal highs. Yeah, I'm not really sure how boring these videos are going to be, to be honest, but I mean, at least they're here, right? Content's content at the end of the day. A swing low here. This is a failure swing. It failed to take out, trade higher than this. Breaking market structure here. Beautiful breaking market structure here. Tweak our structure, make it black. And this range here, I forgot what it's called. Instant repricing. I'll have to get the name. I'm going to get the name. So the name of price action like this is immediate rebalance. So I'm going to just jot that down. Immediate rebalance. I keep forgetting the name because I've literally just learned that recently. But that's when price trades down into the wick previously and then leaves, and you can see price leaves quickly too. We have a nice fair value gap entry here. So I'm going to mark, what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to mark out where I'd want to be buying and selling actually, so that, you know, I can get a nice understanding. Let's get the arrow for buy and the arrow for sell. So where's the arrow? Up arrow here. Is there a way of making this straight? Right there. We'll make that blue for buy. So we want to be buying this way. We want to buy or enter. In fact, let's just make it. Does that make sense? No, I want to be able to see it. Okay, cool. So if this was the day that we started trading and I saw this price action, I'd want to buy when we reach here into this above the 50% trading range, and then I'd want to sell, let go of some of my stops here, and then more of my stops down here. Obviously it's probably trading into some kind of PD array, but I am going to put a sell one here because it's good to know, like there's sell side liquidity, and I would see this get taken here before moving higher. So I'm going to put a sell there. It's important to note that obviously doing this seems stupid, but what I'm doing is I'm training my mind to know where I want to be buying and where I want to be selling in markets like this, you know. Like for example, below this low, this is a turtle soup. If we go below this, this is a run on stops. Run on sell stops. And that will be a perfect buy to release up here. So I'm going to put another one of these here. I know it seems ridiculous, but ICT did suggest doing this, and I can understand why, because again, it's being able to visualize so that when you are in the charts, you can start to see where you want your trades to be formed, which is very important here as well. Why? This is a fair value gap, closed it and left, came down, traded back into this bullish order block. Bullish order block, that is right. So this could be an entry here, and this could be an entry here because it's stacking, and our total range, remember, is these relative equal highs up here. So this is all a beautiful model for potential you know, a potential long trade. This is below the 50% level of the total range. Yes, so everything above here is stack, 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 and then we'd hold onto our position, let go of some stops above here, and then finally above here. So as soon as we trade above this, that's where I'd want to let go, because we ran above the relative equal highs. We can see some consolidation in this fair value gap, but the fact we traded through it aggressively here, took out stops here, traded to this order block, this acted as support. And also it's weird because when you do see price me analyzing like this, it's like, okay, how do you know what's happening? Like, this is just hindsight, but at this point you should have a bias of where price is going anyway, and it's been able, like I said, it's being able to identify these kind of markers within the charts for you to know when to trade and yeah. We're on sell stops, like me sell side. And you can see we took that out, traded to the order block, and what happened, traded aggressively higher. Breakaway gap here. It's interesting that this breakaway gap gets filled here, and then we have breakaway gap formed right above it. Very interesting. Could always take off some stops resting here if we wanted, because this is above relative equal highs and south side liquidity. And you know what, I am going to shrink this. A little bit extra, I know, but ooh. Have we got another entry here for potential buy? If we were aware that this was bullish and that we wanted to find support here on this order block, then yes, we do. Also, we have two swing lows and a swing high here, and we trade into that swing low. So I'm gonna mark that out. This chart is getting very messy. I can see it already, but these are all the things we should be recognizing, you know. I'm gonna make that, call that breaker. And a bullish order block. So here, where do we have a break in market structure? Well, we have a break in market structure at 9 AM, which happens 8:30 AM is when we have the news release. So we see a run up at 8:30, and then at 9 AM we start to break down, and then at 9:30 we should have another entry offer, and that will be here. So this seems like a pretty classic day. Break of structure here. So once we trade, when price closes below swing low like this, it shouldn't trade above this again. Everything above here is protected, and you can see it is. Obviously we traded, the candle traded here, but price does not go any higher than this candle. The candle that broke it, price doesn't go higher than that after leaving it. So then we can see we have a little range, and you have a little order block here. There is no fair value gap. Oh, actually there is, you could argue. Which has offered us an entry here, and then we've also got this bearish order block here, which we trade to. But we do have a fair value gap here, wait for price trade into it, and we go short. So you'll also notice we traded to consequent encroachment off here. And you can see our price very aggressively starts attacking these lows and running to south side liquidity, resting here. We're already going 18 minutes. You see, I thought we would have got through an entire week in like the half an hour that I was planning on doing, but it looks like it's going to be like 1 day per session, because we're nearly like we haven't even got to the London close yet, and we've already found all of these entries, all of these PD arrays, you know. So it's interesting to see, and the way that we consolidate, it's so much. Left it, broke down, kissed it, instant rebalance here, left, kissed this bearish order block, turned into this bullish order block, turned into a bearish order block here. And you could argue that's an inverted order block because we traded lower, took out south side, and then price ran. Call that inverted order block. This is going to be south side. And you can see when price we trade through it, it comes up and then leaves it. This is a balanced price range. I see this as a balanced price range, because we've traded through this level, came up, kissed this bearish order block goodbye, which is now acting as a bullish order block goodbye, which is now acting as the bearish one because price turns away from it, and then we continue lower. So I'm going to call this an inverted order block as well. And you could argue, why doesn't price want to trade up into here? That's interesting. I wonder. This should be acting as resistance anyway. When we see candles like this trading up, it should be acting as there should be resistance here, because I can see this is like a breakaway. Is it halfway gap? I guess it's halfway, isn't it? Yeah, midway. I forgot what it's called. There's a name for it. But this should act as resistance, and we see that happen because price doesn't even want to reach into there. Let's see if we reach above 50%. We should have. Yes, it offers us a premium above the 50% level. We have another entry here. So once this breaks down, say we miss this move here, price breaks down aggressively, takes out this lows, giving us a break in market structure, meaning that we're likely to head lower. And then we have a entry for another sell here. Make it light blue. Can't even see that. Let's make it orange. And we're gonna, let's not forget to add our sells of where we want to be selling. So I'd want to sell here. I'd want to be selling here. And I'd want to be selling when price trades into this here. And then we can see London close, start to jitter around, and we start to consolidate here. This is a lot of consolidation. Between 12 and 5, you can see a lot of consolidation, but price is building orders on both buy side and sell side, and you can see we break out as soon as the this is Asia, from 8 p.m. till 12 p.m. we break higher. So we have a break in market structure here during Asia. We have all of these relative equal highs resting amongst here, so we can see what it's running to. And also this fair value gap. Wow. Excuse me. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I will find a way of making it a little bit more entertaining, but I just wanted to get the first episode out. And again, this is helpful for me because I should be in the charts already doing all of this kind of price action, you know, so, looking at this kind of price action. So yeah, we have an entry here. Let's make that blue. See how price trades above the 50% level of this wick. Yeah, very interesting. 9753. How long have we been going? 23 minutes. Okay, nearly finished. I would like to understand this a bit more because I don't understand why it didn't close in the gap. But I guess if we go down to a low time frame, it's likely that there's some kind of trading that was happening below the 50% level. That meant that would mean there was no need for them to go down there. Also, we have a bullish order block here, bearish order block, sorry. So this should now act as a bullish order block, and I guess that's what we can see happening there. So we could see that as an inverted order block as to why price treated this with respect and left it. So I'm going to make that an inverted order block. So many inverted order blocks. I don't even use these in my analysis now. So for me to be saying, to throw an inverted order block all over the place is pretty crazy to me. But let's see. What do I want to do? I wanted to bring this to the front. Bring to the front. So once we've left price here, we find some resistance here. Kind of slow down, and then we continue to trade higher. You'll notice that we traded the 50% level of this wick here. That's interesting. Let's mark that out, because I find that honestly, when I see things like this, it really does fascinate me, like genuinely, because it really just shows that it's all just coded. 109.823. This traded to 109.823. If you look up here, you'll see that the midpoint of this is 109.823, and you can see that we traded to 109.823 and then left it aggressively too. I wonder if that would count as immediate rebalancing here. And it traded right into this fair value gap, which we didn't trade to here. How convenient. Swing high, swing high, swing low. That's the breaker. And you can see that we got offered a breaker entry here, and price trade lower, took out this low and into this fair value gap that we left here. So you see a price just flipping, constantly flipping between buy side, sell side, buy side, sell side, buy side, sell side, sell side, buy side. Do you know what I mean? Like it's really doing its own thing. So, but it's good to be able to recognize it. Actually, I don't want to go into the next day yet, so I'm not going to bother. I'm not gonna talk too much on that, but we are gonna look at these relatively equal lows and the way that price attacked it here. When I say relatively equal lows, I'm talking about this low, this low, this low, this low, this low, this low, all of that liquidity. We attacked it, and there's also some liquidity rest in here, and you can see we came back to that here. But that's in the next day, so I'm not gonna. These are equal lows, excuse me. And then we can see we attacked that, immediate rebalance again, traded up and then left. Started running into this, and then we have a new opening. So in terms of buying and selling, where would we want to buy and sell at this point? I guess where would a good entry for here? Definitely down here. I didn't even realize this. This is, to be honest, it is at a weird time, this entry. See, actually there's resistance, look at those highs, came down, look at those lows, traded into this. Cool. This has a support. So let's just look at some buys. So let's say we were going to trade at Asia, and we saw this just before Asia started, trading to a bullish order block, taking out south side, and we had all of this liquidity resting up here and a fair value gap here and here. We could let off some stops here, and then we could hold on, see how we treat this level, find support, and then it continued higher into these levels. It all seems like, with hindsight, it's like, oh, how can you do that? Like, oh, but I understand why ICT preaches about doing this in your charts, because it'll just help sharpen up your views. Right, so I'm going to leave it at that. We have a lot of markings, as you can see. That's been the first backtesting video by GBP Baby. Let me know any advice, anything you want to see on here, more interesting. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on Sunday. Peace. Also, I will share this in the community. Actually, I'll take a screenshot of it, and you guys will be able to access it in the community tab. Alright, that's everything.